So today I was working on, I was learning more about service workers and PWA and vite configuration for making a offline website. Uh, just for a project I'm working on it, and a lot of things I found. So there is a plugin called vite PWA plugin which helps in making app offline, and then reading more about service worker, how we use workbox to cache everything and make all the scripts available offline, HTML, CSS, these things available offline. Even images from links like Cloudberry and everything it can cache. I will definitely use it in one of the projects. I'll see how I can make it offline. uh, yeah, so also I was reading more about Apollo IndexDB. So IndexDB I was reading because I wanted to store bunch of stuff in IndexDB, because local storage has a storage limit of 10 MB, which was a new thing I found out today. I thought you can put as much stuff into it as you want, but you cannot. And also local storage is fucking slow. It's so slow. Local storage is very slow. I realize it's very slow, especially on low-end devices. Like I think I was writing around 1 MB of data just to test it out, and it was taking 77 millisecond on a low-end device, which is very slow. So I found that also today, and bunch of stuff. Like since I'm working on this optimization of a React app thing, I learned so many things about how can we optimize render and how. But I never felt that any of the problems ever came from the point that I have to reduce the render. Rendering is fine. I also remember reading the same thing in a Cancy article that renders are fine. It's what happens during the render that is the problem. So if there is an expensive operation during the render, that is the problem. Never the number of renders. Number of renders is never the problem. Oh my God, like this such an experience while working on this. Like so many things I have seen that number of renders was never the issue. It's what happens in between those renders was the main problem. So yeah, a bunch of optimizations I did. So also when trying to cache files for offline application, I also need to give bunch of extensions in the plugin configuration to tell key these are the files that I want to cache. Yeah, so but one thing I wasn't able to do was run this offline mode on a dev server, so I had to figure out that. Apart from that, I tested it out by deploying on Vercel and just testing out the offline capabilities of it. So yeah, another thing I was planning on doing was, so you know how we make uh, queries using Apollo client and then upload like and then fetch the data. I was thinking, is there a way we can skip the data based on the new data we fetch? So, but again, is the amount of operation that happens the problem? So I was also looking into how I can reduce the network calls or reduce the GraphQL compute, because I realized I'm fetching a lot of data from GraphQL. I need to find a way to either fetch it parallelly or optimize it somehow. I don't know how I will do that. Maybe I can fetch it parallel. Yeah, to think about it. Yeah, listen. Apart from that, yeah. So most of the day was about that. Yeah. Another thing I was looking into was different packages like Watermelon DB, uh, RxDB, these things to make interaction with IndexDB a bit more easier. So yeah, I think that's about it. I have forgotten like 15 other things I wanted to talk about, but it's okay. Like, what can I do? I wanted to record this video in the morning so I can tell it in a better way. I didn't get time in the morning. I have to fix my schedule and figure that out. So that's about it for today.